Welcome back to the homestead, everyone. In this video I'm going to be putting a water line in from my well down there. As you can see, I got the tent rotated 90 degrees, so it should be out of the way, and the water line is going to come straight up through here and come into right here, come up out of the ground right here, and then go back down into the ground and go over to where my cabin is going to be. The reason I'm doing that is because I want water in my cabin. I prefer taking showers and using the restroom and things like that. I got to bring it up out of the ground because this is where it's going to come up out of the ground for my permanent home and garage and shop. I can't just run it across the ground over, because here in Willow in the wintertime it can be 40 below for days if not weeks on end, so it would just freeze solid. So it has to be 10 feet down and then covered with spray foam, or not spray foam but foam board. And what I'm going to do right here, since it's going to be up out of the ground, my trailer has a tarp on it. It has a bunch of wood under it. My buddy Michael from Not So Remote Alaska has a sawmill, and he milled up a bunch of wood. If you haven't checked out his channel, go over, check it out. It's Not So Remote Alaska. He milled up a bunch of wood, and there's a fly on my lens. Jeez. And I'm gonna build a little cabin, or a little shed, 4 feet by 6 feet. And I'm gonna put right over this so the water lines come up into the shed, and I can heat that little shed with just a little propane heater or something like that all winter long. So I'm gonna go ahead, start removing the overburden out of this area. There's a couple stumps close by that I want to take out also. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that all moved over and get ready to put in the water line.
But this is how we lose satisfaction. Chip thrill, chip tricks. It seems like the way to live. Who said I should be a big shot? Who said I should take it, tick tock? I gotta rest. I'm feeling so good. In me, I know it, but I'm misunderstood. Feeling like that, well, they say it's a lie, but I gotta tell ya, gotta live and let die. I gotta rest. I don't know I could. Nothing to reach, and I feel like I should. Feeling like that, well, they say it's a lie, but I gotta tell ya, gotta live and let die. I gotta lay down, think I've done enough for today. Did what I had to do, and this is enough for me. Never meant to be a winner, never meant to be a quitter, but this is how I lose satisfaction. Chip thrill, chip tricks. It seems like the way to live.
I have the stumps removed, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the overburden wide enough that I can get the excavator to drive down without being on the overburden. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and that's gonna prep it for when I actually put the water line in. Well, today's the day we're putting in the water line. My friend who's the experienced excavator operator is going to come over, and he's bringing his associate with him to help out. So it's going to go down from the tent there up to right here. You can kind of see a marking on the ground, and then it's going to go over to the cabin. So we're going to have to move some of this stuff and put in the line. I'll take as many pictures. I don't know how much video I'll get of it, just because, as I've said in my previous video, when you have contractors and people like that on site, they don't want a camera in their face. So I respect that, and most times I don't even ask about filming. So I'll just take a whole bunch of pictures and put them in. I might do some videoing today. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes.
Behind my back, you can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. But I've been through the fire and come out alive, and there's no more fear in my eyes. Oh, now I'm rising, and you can't bring me down. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you.
Here's the pump I have. Right here, we got it up out, and you can see it's turning red. That's from all the iron in the water. We will be putting this back in, but let me go and show you this over here. So this is what I have, the 1-inch water line and the PEX tubing, and then a string also. And I'm gonna feed the PEX tubing down around the well casing and then back up through, and we'll pull it up through with this while I feed it up through the pipe. So that's my game plan, and we're sticking to it.
Before the storm, you know what's coming, so be warned. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. Though my feet have come too far for you to tie up to the ground. Can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going now. You turn it back around. Can't stop me. Oh yeah, you can't stop me now. No, 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 no.
As you can see, I got it spray foamed around, a couple plastic bags on top of the in-floor radiant heating that loops right around the casing. I got the in-floor radiant heating line inside the 4-inch pipe with the water line, and that gray is the electrical wire that comes down for it. And everything's coming up right here. This is going to be the mechanical room no matter what now, so it has to go right there. And then I got the other line that's going to go to my cabin and I'm going to go ahead and start backfilling. So I'll catch up with you guys after I'm done. I am going to put a foam board down here once I get 6 inches or a foot of fill over top of this line. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the foam board down and then finish backfilling. So I'll catch up to everyone after I'm done. It's been a couple days since we got the water line put in. So here is a quick overview. Everything comes into right here. This is going to be the mechanical room in my permanent home. As you can see, I got 2 different water lines. One outside of the green piping and one inside the green piping. And then also in the green piping, I have the white in-floor radiant heating line. The green piping goes down 10 feet and then over to the well, which is right there by the tent. It's connected into the well, but the well hasn't been hooked up to feed the water line yet. That will come here in probably around the end of the month or beginning of next month. So that's in there. Also in there is the electrical line for the pump. I made sure I got that put in also. This line that is outside of the green tube, that goes down, comes over here, and then goes right over to where the cabin is going to be. And it's that long tube sticking up there. So that's where the water is going to come into the cabin. I don't know if I mentioned this to anyone or not yet, but part of the reason I put the cabin over here is this is one of the few places that's going to be out of the way for the next couple years while I build my permanent home and garage shop here on site. The other reason is once I get the home built and I can move into it, I have access to pull the cabin out, around, and then do whatever I want with it. What I'm going to do with the drain and water line and stuff, well, as of right now, I'm thinking I'm going to make this a covered area attached to the house. It'll be an outside area, but this will be the outside kitchen. Covered, it'll have water, it'll have septic for the sink and stuff like that. Going down this way, and then part of the way across the front over to the main entrance will be a covered porch area with the flooring will be concrete with in-floor radiant heating, and that'll just extend over here into the outdoor kitchen area. So that's several years down the road, so don't expect it anytime soon, but that is my long-range goals, is to have an outdoor kitchen here under roof with in-floor radiant heating. That in-floor radiant heating will make it possible for me to cook out here pretty much year-round, because it'll be on, the heat will be rising up and everything, so it'll be really nice. And plus you can cook over here in this corner and then have a nice table with chairs and stuff and eat and look out at all the trees and everything. It's going to be beautiful. That's going to wrap up this video for the water line. So thank you all. I've gained a lot of new subscribers. I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Please feel free to share this on your social media, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. So thank you very much and have a good day.